Hi class. All right, let's take a minute and go over the syllabus. This is a very important document for your success as a student. I understand that it is lengthy. You may not want to read the whole thing in one sitting, but you will need to refer back to it regularly. So when you come into your home page in Canvas, you will select syllabus and you will land here at your course syllabus page. I have several things for you here I want you to read about. One of the items that I've made note of here is that I use the Bevel State Community College Turnitin/Vericite plagiarism checker for academic integrity on all writing assignments. So you might see the word Vericite, you might see the word Turnitin, but when you submit a writing assignment, it is going to be checked for plagiarism. When you submit a document as a writing assignment, you'll get a score and you'll be able to see what I'm going to be able to see. So if you do happen to have a very high Vericite score over, let's say, 25% or 30%, you probably need to go back through and edit it and make sure that you're putting quotes in quotation marks and those kinds of things. And we'll go back over this again in a moment when we go to modules, and I'll give you some more tips and suggestions and help for your writing assignments. Take the time to read my welcome message. It just kind of summarizes this whole course and what you'll be doing. Here's the syllabus we're going to look at. I want you to pay attention to my semester at a glance, and if you select the icon next to the document, you can preview it inside Canvas. So let's take a look at that. This will give you all of the work that you'll be doing this semester at a glance, and it'll help you to plan ahead if you need to do so. Take a minute to skim through this so that you understand how it will be helpful to you. But I promise you can go back to it multiple times. I've included statewide course objective. That's just something that I have to pull into the class per statewide directives. And then you'll see your syllabus course summary. And I really like this in Canvas. It's a great tool. You can go in to this and look again, a semester at a glance, if you want to call it that, and it's going to show you everything that's due and when it's due, and so there's no surprises. All right, so there are many places that you will find due dates for assignments. Again, you will find them under the semester at a glance. You'll find them under course summary. You can always use the Canvas calendar. All of your assignments for all of your courses at Bevel can be located on the Canvas calendar. And I will also say that I use the to-do list, and when you log into your class and go to your home page, you will always have a to-do list that will show you your upcoming assignments. So there's really no reason for you to miss assignments. So let's go to syllabus, that big document right here, and we're going to preview it inside Canvas. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I'm going to hit the high points, and then I want you to go back to it later. Class, there is a textbook required, but let me go ahead and say this. You may buy the textbook in the bookstore, but all students have a free trial to the ebook / they call it the Smart Book, and weekly chapter assignments. So there's no reason to go purchase the textbook right now. It will come with a Connect Access code, which is the McGraw-Hill place that houses the weekly chapter assignments. What I'd like you to do is to select the free trial to get started in my class. You have 2 weeks. You can, and I think the Smart Book is going to be your most economical option. So I'm giving you the information about the textbook, where you can get it. You can always buy it in the bookstore. You can get it on Amazon.com, but it must have an access code, Connect Access code. And my highly suggested method of obtaining a textbook is to rent or purchase or find the access, use the access code to the Smart Book. Again, I'm going to show you the link where you can find that. It'll be under modules where you can go to the Smart Book and find your assignments. So this, I think, is about $85 to purchase the access to the Smart Book. and that's cheaper than the bookstore in cost, unless you're on a scholarship. So if you're on a scholarship, I think you can do either or. But let me suggest that you get started in the class. Go ahead and register by selecting the McGraw-Hill link, or you can go into modules and select the first chapter assignment or quiz, and you can register there, and then have access to the smart book. So everyone can get started for 2 weeks, but at the end of 2 weeks, you have to be prepared to either buy access to the smart book or go to the bookstore and get the book with the access code. Questions about the textbook, read this on the syllabus, and then send me a Canvas inbox message if you have any questions. I want to give you some suggestions for success in this class. If you're motivated to do well in the course, and most of you today are very motivated to make an A. Everybody's going to make an A, right? And I hope you can make an A. And there's no reason why you can't make an A in this class if you do the work. But if you're motivated to do well, you certainly are going to need to read through the chapters. You're not going to be able to perform well on quizzes or discussions or exams if you do not read the chapter material. I'm going to provide some lectures to help you. I've got other tools that we'll talk about in modules that will help you get through that chapter reading. Don't wait until the last minute of the last day to submit your assignments. Many of you will. Most courses, have particular due dates every semester, and this class runs typically from Monday to Sunday night. And most assignments are due on Sunday night by 11:59. That doesn't mean that you need to wait until Sunday night at 11:59. I can't stress enough that you don't need to wait until the last hour of the last day to submit your assignments. You will not have time to correct problems and issues that arise. Class, on Sunday nights, the internet will be down, there'll be inclement weather, your boyfriend will break up with you, your girlfriend will break up with you, Netflix will download your favorite season new episodes of a show. I mean, something's going to happen. So don't stress yourself out and wait until the last minute, okay? Because I do not accept late assignments. Spend time in each week in the class. If this were a live course, you would spend approximately 3 hours inside the classroom alone. So as an online course, you're going to need to spend an approximate amount of time as you would in a live class. You would spend a few hours in the classroom, and then you would spend some time outside of the classroom reading and studying and preparing. So create a schedule for your week and stick to it. You need to be logging in 2 or 3 times a week. If you could log in 2 times a week, and if you have 2 hours each time to spend, that could be enough time to complete your work. I think after you work through the first week or 2 course material, you'll know how long it's going to take you to complete the chapter work, and we'll go all over that when we go to modules. Class communication. This is important. I would like students to communicate with me via Canvas inbox. Here is the Canvas inbox. Go to inbox and send me a message. Do not email me. For any of you who have been at Bevel for very long, email sometimes has problems and issues. Sometimes your emails will come to me and it'll go into the other box, or it will go into spam or some other area that I don't have access to. So please send me your messages through the Canvas inbox, and it will tell me what class you're in. So if you send me an email, I'm going to remind you. I prefer Canvas inbox messages as my method of communication from students. I will be glad to speak with you by phone if you need me for any reason. I'll also be glad to schedule a Zoom with you, a conference, a chat. I'm here to help you get through and manage your way through U.S. History Part 1. So I want to help you if you need it. However, I've tried to anticipate a lot of the help that students need by providing you a syllabus, by providing you a welcome message, by providing you a semester at a glance, and providing you with all sorts of information under modules. So take a look at the documents inside Canvas before you communicate with me, because you might find the answer. But I'm not in the class every day, and I don't expect you to be in the class every day either. But you do need to log in regularly. You need to check your email from me, because if I send an announcement, it'll come out to your email. And so keep a close watch on what's happening in the class. I will attempt to respond to your email and messages within 24 to 48 hours during the week, but I try not to work in the class on Saturdays and Sundays. And sometimes if there's a holiday weekend, it might even be longer. Again, sometimes the semester is hectic, and there can be technology breakdowns for me as well as you. So let's just be patient with one another. I promise I'm usually very prompt with communicating with my students. I mean, typically you're going to get a message back from me within 24 hours. But again, on the weekends, I try to take a break and try not to work in the class 7 days a week. So just be patient with me, and I'll get back with you quickly, I promise. This is an online course. All assignments are to be completed through Canvas, through modules. I've given you a summary here of what you'll be doing this semester to earn your grades. We'll have a couple of discussions. We will have 5 writing assignments this semester. They're called reflections, and they're 3 paragraphs each, so nothing to get worried about. You will have weekly key term quizzes, and you will have weekly Learn Smart assignments. And what are Learn Smarts? I'll mention that in a moment, but it is an assignment. It sort of has a gaming quality to it. You don't have to use the gaming feature, but it's a unique type of assignment from the textbook author and the McGraw-Hill publisher. And it's to help you really grasp what you're studying and learning about in the chapter. But you'll be able to, the great thing about Learn Smart is you can go in and out of Learn Smart as many times as necessary up to a due date to complete that assignment. So you'll be asked some questions. If you miss them, they'll just loop back around and then you can answer them correctly. So I think after you do it one time, I think you'll enjoy it. There are going to be a midterm and a final exam this semester as well. So we'll cover that in just a moment. I do offer extra credit. It will open after the midterm. It will be worth 0 points until you complete it, and it will help bring up your overall average grade if you feel you need a grade boost at the end of the semester. Take the time to go through and read my course objectives class, McGraw-Hill Connect, and weekly module assignments. This is sort of like a little study guide for you to understand what's going to be due each week. One of those is key term quizzes, and here are directions. Learn Smarts, here are the directions and a video to show you what Learn Smart is if you need it. If at any time that you have issues accessing McGraw-Hill Connect assignments, start with McGraw-Hill. It may just be your computer. I'm going to go over that in a minute, how you need to troubleshoot your computer for issues. But what I find is when you're having trouble with your computer, sometimes just using a different web browser helps. Sometimes restarting and accepting updates helps as well. But I'll give you some tips and suggestions on computer issues in just a moment in our next video under modules. I've given you directions for the reflex writing assignments. These are going to be a 3-paragraph assignment. Take a minute to read these, especially before you submit the first reflection. You definitely will need to read the directions on the syllabus before proceeding. And I've provided a rubric for what I'll be looking for in the reflection. Online discussions, lots of tips and suggestions on how to complete a discussion. And then important information about the midterm and the final exam. So you're going to need to take a minute to go through here and read about the final and the midterm, and also look at using Lockdown Browser and Monitor or webcam for these online exams. You will need a webcam for this class. So if you don't have one, you can pick up one at Walmart. They're pretty inexpensive. If your iPad or if your and your iPad should have a camera, but if your computer doesn't have a camera, or your laptop, you can pick up a webcam. But these exams are monitored. You will not take your exam in the testing center. You may